All right, guys, welcome to Get the Puck Out. I'm your host, Chris Mancuso, presented by the brand new tarpsoffhockey.net. We have a quick little interview series here because this man is one of the most busiest men in all of Canada right now. Not only is he the former host of Hockey Central at noon, he's also an entrepreneur and an author. Nick Kypreos, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, Chris. How are you? Congratulations on your show. Congratulations on all your success. You are ultimately, I know you're now a hockey guy, but you will always be the Seltzer King to me.
And I appreciate that, buddy. And that was a lot of fun. So speaking of the Seltzer King, let's get into it right off the hop. Little Budico, you end up, you're done with Sportsnet after, what was it, 17 years or something like that?
No, 21
years. Wow, you went into the second decade. Wow. So yeah, you do that. You come out of it. What made you guys jump into the beverage market?
Well, I didn't even know at the time when we started contemplating it because I was coming up to my last year of my contract at Sportsnet. And although it's been a terrific run, I came to a point in my life where we wanted to do something else. And the biggest challenge, Chris, was to get away from my security blanket, which has been the game, and kind of put yourself out there a little bit. We were always fascinated with what we've watched in terms of the cocktail, the RTDs, as the industry likes to talk about them, which basically means ready to drink in a can. The evolution of where it was heading compared to where we've traditionally seen beer and wine. And we liked it. And we just thought, my wife and our good friends who are our business partners as well, we just said, can we come up with something that can be healthy in terms of the ingredients that are used in it, and can it check a lot of boxes that I think people are demanding today. They're label readers today, so they want to know the calories, they want to know the sugar content, they want to know if there's preservatives, they want to know if it's gluten-free or not. So keto friendly, all of those things. So we wanted to see if we could start something up, and it's been an incredible 12, 14 months, I can tell you that.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome to watch it and then try it myself for the Seltzer King Tournament of Champions. And I will say it was the only flavor still to this day that stood different from the rest. It's its own unique cocktail. And I said that right off the hop. And when you do the difference between the grilled pineapple and just the pineapple other flavors, like I don't like the other pineapple flavors, but the grilled pineapple rosemary flavor you guys have is unbelievably good. And you were saying you've actually demoed a brand new flavor as well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, first of all, we're very proud of the run that we had in your tournament, to be a new drink and to go up against giants in the industry and reputable companies that have been around forever. It seems like it was great to get into the top four. So we were very proud of that. With the success that we've had earlier on, from the start here, we have launched a second flavor. It's a peach tea. Right now, it's not available in the LCBO, but we hope it will be soon. But in the meantime, we can now focus on patios, restaurants, and golf courses as well. So we have a bit of a soft launch last week with the flavor. Certainly like to get it in your hands, or maybe we might save it for the tournament, the next year's tournament. We'll see. But we're proud of adding a pretty good flavor to the grilled pineapple and rosemary.
Yeah, I know a peach tea is something that I think everybody out there will appreciate. The twisted teas are really good, but you know what? I'm not a huge just iced tea guy, but peach anything is fantastic. It's a great concept. So before I know you have a bunch of stuff to do today because you have a new book coming out. Why don't you just let the people know about that quickly? I don't want to take up all of your day. I know you have an 11.
Oh, no problem at all, Chris. Yes, when I did announce that I was not returning to Sportsnet, I got an opportunity to write a book with Simon and Schuster. Perry Lefko is is the co-writer on it. He just finished a book with Ed Olchuk
Nice.
that is a fantastic read. So please, I encourage you to, if you want an inspirational story, that's a great book. Mine will be out October 20th, and it's a bit of a memoir for me, growing up in Toronto. My parents both immigrated from Greece in the late 40s, early 50s for my mom. And it's just a story about a kid growing up in Toronto and learning the game of hockey and watching my dad learn it through his eyes, and somehow through a lot of different paths ending up in the NHL, playing for 12 years professional hockey, winning a Stanley Cup, and then spending the next 21 as a broadcaster, including holding a very special chair on Hockey Night in Canada. So it's I hope many people will find it as inspirational as they would find like a story like Ed Olchuk's who battled cancer. So it's in many different ways. I think it's about moving people, inspiring people, and I hope I can do that a little bit with my story.
No, man, no doubt. I mean, when you look at it, like you said, your parents come in, immigrate from Greece, and then to come up, learn the Canadian game of hockey, and then excel at it. 12 years pro, 20 years in the broadcasting booth, and now to hop out and jump into the RTD market. And you guys are absolutely blowing it out of the water. I've seen. You know what? I will say, I've seen the little Budicos out there, and the boxes are usually a little more empty than even some of your competitors, Socialite in general, like that. You guys are off to a hot start in there too.
Yeah, it's really exceeded all expectations for us up until this point. So, you know, we're like any other company now. The challenges are, how can you keep producing it at a rate that the consumer wants? There's challenges with different things, like, you know, even getting cans and all of that we're learning for the first time on how to manage this. But it's been an amazing experience. My wife, Anne Marie, has been, she's our president of the company, her partner, Kimberly, as well. It's wonderful to see two women leading the charge. They're empowering women everywhere. I got to tell you, Chris, to say that, you know, they can go out there and do this, and not only do it, but do it successfully. And they inspire me every day. And I know my children feel the same way.
No, that's awesome. It's incredible, and it's an incredible story. Speaking of things that weren't incredible, I want to get this in with you. How about the NHL Draft Lottery on Friday night? That was a little bit of a circus when you watch an hour show and at the end they say, it'll probably be one. It's going to be one of 8 teams later. Like, what was your take on the Draft Lottery? Because I spoke to your former colleague Doug McLean back on yesterday actually, and he just was livid about it. He thought it was a joke. I mean, he didn't like it at all. What was your take on the NHL having a draft lottery and not knowing the winner?
I think I believe enough in the system to say that the team that should end up with the number 1 pick overall should not be a team that can still win a Stanley Cup. So, you know, in that aspect, you know, I don't think it's fair to watch a team like the New York Rangers qualify in 2020 to win a championship and still be in a position to win the first pick overall. So in saying that, I'm like Doug. I don't believe that the system in this particular way is fair. But, you know, it's one way of staying in the headlines, Chris. And you know, sometimes, you know, a little bit of controversy can lead to conversation, can lead to people staying engaged. That's a challenge for sports right now, and that's a challenge for the networks, and it's challenging for us, you know, for you in your show now. And hopefully, if I can start something up soon, we know ultimately we need the game back. But if this is enough controversy to keep people talking and keep them engaged, then that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I feel like many feel that it should have gone to a team that has struggled the most. It would have benefited more a team like Detroit, Ottawa, you know,
Buffalo in many regards.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
right? And not necessarily a team that's had much more success during the regular season, that is particularly in this shortened season.
So you brought it up there. Do you have, I know you said you didn't want to just rely on the crutch for you, which is the game of hockey. You've written the book, you got the company under wraps, the wife, the business partners, they got it rolling. Kyper, are you going to be coming back to the game anytime soon? I mean, the podcast world is bumping. Look what Joe Rogan just got at Spotify. Look, he just got 100 million. Like, you might have to come back into the market here.
Well, first of all, Chris, it's been incredible to watch the evolution of digital media, especially during COVID. And while no doubt Sportsnet's out there and TSN's out there and they're going to continue, but there has been a shift. And I certainly don't think I'm ready for retirement or to, send me off to pasture, but I do want to come back, and when there's a right fit in the right environment, I'm certainly going to come back and do my own thing. But it has changed. It used to be in a short while ago that you needed the major studios and you needed their set, you needed their technicians and their camera people and their sound checks and all of that. And now people are figuring it out. You figured it out.
Yeah.
You don't need a major network now to get your voice out or entertain people or be in a position to say what you want. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. And if you're really good, like Rogan, you can reach hundreds and millions of people compared to what the CRTC says, right? And dollars. So that's where it's heading, and I hope to catch the wave real soon here.
That's awesome. Well, Nick, I don't want to take up any more of your time, man. I appreciate you coming by, talking the company, talking the book. The book comes out, you said, October 20th.
Yeah, it's called Undrafted. If you go to my Instagram site or Twitter, there are links to Simon Schuster. And then you can order, I guess, through Indigo or Chapters or maybe one of those major bookstores. And hopefully, once you get it in your hands, it's an easy read for everybody. And there are some funny stories out there. There's no question about that. And I've had the privilege and the honor of playing with some of the best hockey players in the world. Mm-hmm. And it gives you some insight on how good they are as human beings, as well as the way they performed on the ice.
That's right, because hockey players, no matter what, of all the major athletes, they're the best guys in the world. Undrafted, guys, comes out October 20th. It's a memoir of Nick Kypreos. What a story it's going to be. Nick, Kyper, thanks so much for coming by. Little Boudico, what a drink. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's in the LCBO and looking like it could be coming to a restaurant or golf course near you. Kyper, take it easy, my friend.
Have a great day, Chris. I really appreciate the time, man. Good luck with the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.